Let's shift our focus to Beijing now. There is tightened curbs amid rising coronavirus cases. The capital has taken numerous precautionary measures to keep its zero COVID policy in place and to avoid a Shanghai-like lockdown. Now, Beijing authorities have partially shut public transport services to stop the spread of COVID-19 in many of the districts. The capital has shut more than 60 subway stations, which is about 15% of its network, 158 bus routes as well. Most of the suspended stations and routes are in the Shaoyang district, which is currently the epicenter of Beijing's outbreak. In the high-risk areas, the authorities have closed schools, restaurants, gyms, entertainment venues, businesses, residential buildings as well. Amid the rising cases, the capital city with 22 million people continues its mass testing campaign as well.
I am worried about the situation, but there is nothing to do about it. I just wonder how long is this situation going to last and what will be the economic consequences.
Now, China's strict zero-COVID policy and battle against the virus is undermining its growth and hurting the international companies invested there. The zero-COVID policy, it's hurting domestic consumption, factory output, disrupting key global supply chains and shrinking revenues for some of the biggest international brands. The analysts have cut China's 2022 growth forecast to 4.3% from 4.8%, which is well below its official target of 5.5%. And for more insight on this, our correspondent Patrick Falk has sent us this report from Beijing. Listen in.
Well, the mood in Beijing certainly is cautious. It, just as it happens, is also about the hottest week we've had all year. So there are people getting out and about and trying to make the most of the great weather. But of course, they're also having to undergo 3 rounds of mass testing this week. Today is day 2 of 3 testing days over the course of 3 days exactly. And remember, this comes after 3 days of mass testing we already had last week. It's a little bit difficult to gauge just how severe the situation is. Authorities have said that there may be hidden cases within the community, but for the past several days there have been a few dozen cases recorded every day. It doesn't seem to be getting significantly worse, but at the same time things are really tightening up. So aside from this mass testing, schools have been told that they're going to be shut for another week after the May Day holidays. Entertainment venues have been closed down. In-restaurant dining has been banned, and also today authorities have closed down 40 underground stations as well as around 160 bus routes as well. So that certainly gives some sort of indication of how seriously authorities are taking it. There are, of course, still people trying to make the most of it. They're out and about in a lot of public parks like the one behind me, but the minute anybody gathers and for picnics and things like that, security officials are coming to disperse them right away. One of the frustrating things for a lot of people here is it doesn't matter how cautious you are. If you're in a residential compound where somebody else gets infected, then ultimately you all get locked down, no matter how hard you try to avoid getting infected yourself.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.